Hey guys, this is Echo Soundworks with ADSR, and you're checking out a first look video where we're going to be taking a look at RX7 Advanced from iZotope. So if you're a previous RX user, 5 or 6 say, you're going to love the new features, the new modules inside of RX7 Advanced. Now if you're not an RX user, you may not know what the hell this thing is. Well, basically, RX is a suite of modules used for restoring, cleaning up less than ideal audio. So it really does let you polish a turd. There's this kind of funny expression in audio where you can't, for mixing specifically, where you can't polish a turd. Well, with RX7 Advanced, you can. So there's a bunch of new modules, new features. We're going to run through them in this video. So let's get going. So first up is the Repair Assistant. And now that's up at the very top right-hand corner of the RX7 Advanced interface in standalone mode. So this technology leans heavily on some of the ideas that iZotope have implemented in their other software packages like Ozone and Neutron, where it analyzes incoming audio and it makes smart suggestions to clean up, fix the audio based on the analysis. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a very poorly recorded kind of quick voiceover dialogue track. So here is our dialogue track. And I recorded this in Logic. I'm clicking, there's AC noise. Let's play a bit of it real quick. So another cool feature here in RX7 is vocal isolate. So I'm gonna open up a DVD case here. And I'm weird, I have a DVD in 2018. I'm gonna drop some guitar picks on my, you get the idea. There's some hum, there's clicking. Looks like there's a little bit of clipping right here. So if we did this in previous versions of RX, if we wanted to clean up, we have to go through and load up the individual modules and render and do all that to that whole process, right? Where we need to go, okay, there's clicking, we need to de-hum, de-click, etc. But the Repair Assistant will listen, analyze, and suggest, or should suggest those things for you. So let's do that now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click the Repair Assistant up here at the top. So we need to select what type of material we're gonna attempt to clean up. This is dialogue. So let's start the analysis. So it's going to look for, like I said, clipping, clicks, hum, and noise. It should find most of that in this file because I purposely made it quite bad. So it's analyzing, and then it's giving us, right now it's generating 3 different options or previews where we can test out some different results based on what RX analyzed. So it's pretty cool. Let's check it out. So here is option A. So another cool feature here in RX7 is vocal isolate. So I'm going to open, so I can right away, the AC. So another cool feature here in RX7 is a lot less prominent, right? The clicks and pops are a little bit better. So if you hover over these, it'll tell you what's going on. Processing chain A, declip, mouth, declick, dialogue, isolate. So I like C and B the most. Now at this point, I could render it or open it up as a module chain and have further control over the individual modules that the Repair Assistant found or basically isolated, the different problems that it isolated. Or I can also add new modules to my chain to get even more of a tailor-made result for my audio. So next up is the Dialog Contour module. Now, what this module does is it allows you to apply pitch changes and semitone values. You can go up to 6 semitones or down, and anything in between, and mess around with the formats, all for intonation. So if you have a narration of voiceover that's poorly executed, maybe intonation like they go up on a word when they should stay even or down or vice versa, it allows you to get in there and change it and make a vocal passage that isn't usable. So let's listen to this passage that I just recorded, testing out the Dialog Contour. I'm going to go really low on some of these words. All right, so we can go where I said low here, and I'm going to select the audio range. Let's load up the Dialog Contour, and let's reset the curve, and let's hit play. Go really low. So let's say in this section right here, I didn't want this word where it says low to go as low in pitch, right? It's kind of unnatural. So what I can do is I can double click into this line here, and I can change the pitch here, and you can get really in depth with it. You can curve, you can smooth the curve, right? Format scaling. There's a lot of different things you can do. So let's try this. So here's the original. Go really low. Go really low. And let's preview the change. I'm going to go really low. All right, so that's a little bit too much, so let's take it down. I'm going to go really low on some of these words. Let's take this part up just a little bit here. I'm going to go really low on. All right, so that sounds pretty good, right? So let's hit compare. Now, once we hit compare, we're going to have an option for the original audio file as well as the affected one with the Dialog Contour. So here's original. On some of these words, go really low, go really low, go really low. Right, so if I spent more time getting in there, kind of figuring out exactly where the awkwardness begins, I think you can get obviously really good results. This was quick, just for demonstration purposes, and it does sound better and more natural. So next up is the Dialog D Reverb module. So this module removes reverb from a dialogue source. So I think this will have some great uses for both producers, artists, engineers, and people who are working with or in film and post-production as well. So I've personally gotten sent tracks from a vocalist that they recorded in a room that had a little bit too much natural, I don't want to call it reverb, it's just natural reflections that make it hard to actually add a reverberation, some reverb plugins in the mix. So I recorded a quick voiceover track with some bad room reverb. You have ever worked with a vocalist from afar? All right, so let's load up the D Reverb module. And I'm just going to mess around with the sensitivity here. Let's go to about 7.8, 7.9 maybe. Let's take the ambience preservation down a little bit. And I don't want the reduction at infinity. Let's go to around 47. And let's play the original one more time. So if any of you have ever worked with a vocalist from afar, and let's preview the D Reverb module version. So if any of you have ever worked with a vocalist from afar, so it's that easy to remove unwanted reverb from your tracks using RX7 Advanced. So next up is probably one of the coolest features in RX7 and RX7 Advanced, and that's called the Music Rebalance. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to import like a 2-track stereo track, a whole mix down, right? And you can isolate different elements of the mix. You can turn it up, turn it down, turn it off to pretty much 0, so you're essentially muting it. It's great for a multitude of reasons, right? It allows you to kind of do stem style mastering or mixing without having stems. And I actually think it's neat for, or beneficial for coming from a learning perspective. So I pulled in a track, sounds like this. It's from an artist named Bonnie McKee.
Keep myself numb, turn the radio on, hoping.
So we see here that we have voice, bass, percussion, and other. Let's say in this example, I think that the synths are a little bit too loud. So let's turn them down. Now let's hit preview.
Didn't shake it, but it burned my mind.
Right, it turned them down. So let's take it all the way down. Go back to here and hit preview.
Keep myself numb, turn the radio on.
It's pretty crazy, right? So we can hit Alt Option to get that back to its default. If we go into the drop section here, the chorus, I could take out the bass almost entirely. So that's crazy. Here it is normally. So huge amount of control over entire mix. When I first used this, I was kind of floored at how well it actually worked and how good it sounded. All right, so the last couple of features we're going to talk about inside of RX7 and RX7 Advanced. If we scroll down here, we have 2 new additions under time and pitch. They kind of go together with time and pitch. It's variable pitch and variable time. So with variable pitch, it allows you to select portions of the audio or your file, voice, dialogue, whatever it might be, and allows you to make sure that the pitch, if it's kind of drifting in pitch over time, you can rein in that pitch drift without changing the speed of the playback. And a similar idea for variable time. Let's say you're having timing playback issues. There's a multitude of reasons why they can happen. Video, if you're working in post-production, maybe you bounce something, it has a lot of effects, latency, right? You can adjust the time without adjusting the pitch. All right, guys, so that sums up this quick look at some of the newest, coolest features inside of RX7, RX7 Advanced from iZotope. If you have any questions or comments, post them and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that like and subscribe button. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm Echo Soundworks. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.